Hey gardeners, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'll be discussing a beginner's guide on seed starting. So let's jump right into this video. So as you can see in front of me, I have actually a couple trays of seeds that I have started. Not that while ago, I actually started these. I'd probably say like it's been 3 to 4 days that I planted these because I am ready to introduce some crops into my garden. Now I'm gonna go ahead and cover 5 main tips: a growing guide, a caring guide, companies you should purchase from, seed starting materials, and of course the basics like the requirements, like the sun requirements, locations, and stuff like that. So let's just go ahead and jump straight to our very first topic, which is we're going to start with the seed starting materials. So what I would recommend is to purchase high quality and heavy duty seed starting materials. So I have the Epic Gardening 6-cell seed starting trays. These are absolutely amazing. They are hard plastic. And something I really love about these seed starting trays is, one, they have huge holes in the bottom. So when you're ready to uplift or transplant your seedlings, it allows you to remove them with ease. And there's slits on the side, so it helps with drainage as well as allow aeration to go in and out of the container. So they actually have a beginner set that includes the seed starting cells as well as the actual tray, so you can organize neatly your seedlings and then properly water them, which we'll discuss in a little bit. So make sure to use my exclusive discount code, the Ultimate Gardener 5, for a 5% discount on your entire order. These are very durable, they are heavy duty, and you will be able to reuse them time after time after time. So coming in at number 2 is buying from reputable sources, aka seed companies. So there is hundreds of seed companies out there. Now, I have tried seeds from lots of different companies out there, and I have narrowed it down to a couple companies that I absolutely love. So coming to number 1 is Plant Good Seed. As a matter of fact, some of their seeds that I have planted today are from them. They are a great small owned business that offers high quality seeds and a great quantity of seeds as well. I absolutely love Plant Good Seed, especially since they kind of focus more on the food forest side of things. So if you want to get to know more about them, I'll leave a link down below for them as well. Another great company, which we all know and love, is Baker Creek Seeds. They have a wide range of heirloom seeds that are rare and exotic, from vegetables to flowers to grains. You name it, they have it. And so I'd also be leaving a link down below for them because they are an amazing company to buy from. And a couple other companies to mention that are great sources for seeds are Pine Tree Garden Seeds, Fairy Morse, and Burpee. These are great sources to buy from. Of course, there is a wide range of different seed companies you could purchase from. So either stick to one that you know that are really great, or try giving the companies I mentioned a shot. They are amazing companies. So when it comes down to the growing guide for seeds, it's actually quite straightforward. So here I have some Market More cucumbers right here. So I'm going to actually give them a shot during the summer season. I'm going to just be planting them in full shade and making sure that they're well hydrated. Now, I know cucumbers are summer crops, but here in Florida, they are winter crops. But I would like to just try it out and see how it works for me. So I have some Market More cucumbers here. And so a quick growing guide is, one, you want to make sure that they're planted in well draining soil. As you can see, the water was actually dripping out the containers. That shows that the soil is well draining. So the seeds cannot sit in water because then they will rot. And you want to make sure that it's aerated, because if the soil is too compacted, the seeds won't germinate. Coming to number 2 is their watering. So when it comes down to watering seedlings, I would recommend getting a tray like this one, because what ends up happening is you water them through the bottom. I would never recommend watering overhead, because since your seedlings are babies, they are very vulnerable. So you don't want them to get rotted, or if you don't want them to get diseased very early in early stages, because then that will have your whole experience ruined. So water from the base of the containers, as they will suck up the water that they need. Number 3 is to place them in full sun. Lots of seeds, especially if you're growing your own food, require sun to germinate. So make sure you place them in an area that receives 5 to 6 plus hours of direct sunlight. I love growing my seedlings outdoors because then they are already hardened off to the Florida conditions. I know some gardeners grow them indoors if they have a very short growing season. If you're growing them indoors, grow them under a grow light and as well as above a heat mat so they could germinate quicker and better, and then start hardening them off outdoors for a few hours so then they can become stronger. And one of the tips I cannot enforce the most is to label your plants, because you will not remember. You may tell yourself, I will remember. No, you will not. Stop lying to yourself. So make sure you label them, as I did with these. I actually started some loofah seeds right here, because as I was explaining, I love growing loofah. They do very prolific here in Florida. And so you want to make sure you label them so then you know where to plant each seedling. So for the care guide, it's really important to stay a vigilant eye. Seedlings are babies. They are tiny, tiny, tiny plants. So for example, here I have some lentils growing. I'm actually giving lentils a shot for the first time. I actually planted a whole tray because when it comes down to certain legumes like lentils or bush beans, we have to grow a huge quantity in order for us to get a decent yield. Once they're at this stage, you want to make sure you have a vigilant eye for pests and disease and treat it early, because if your seedlings get disease at this stage, it is very hard to make sure that they come back from it. So have a vigilant eye. Try to do all the measures to prevent any disease or pests. But if your plant does get pest or disease, identify it and treat it early so your plants do not suffer. A tip I could give you guys is once your seedlings have developed their first set of true leaves, start treating your plants then, because then you can go ahead and prevent any type of pest or disease. So with like neem oil, you can spray them like about bi-weekly or monthly, and make sure it doesn't rain so the actual solution doesn't wash off. So that is the beginner guide on growing some seedlings. So I actually want to give you guys a quick little overview of what I'm growing now. So like I said previously, I planted some loofah gourds. I also planted some hearts of gold melon. I also planted an entire tray of lentils. I also planted market more cucumbers. I'm actually giving broom corn a try. This is the first time I'll be trying it because I want to grow my own broom. Sweet corn a try as well. I never have success growing corn because they stay stunted, but I did gain some knowledge behind growing corn after my multiple failed attempts, so now it's time for me to try. So leave me in the comment section down below what plants you love growing from seed and why is it your favorite. Make sure to leave a like underneath this video if you found it informative, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and turn on the notifications to not miss another video. Thank you all so much for watching this video. May God bless you and your entire family, and never forget to grow big, ultimate gardeners. Bye everyone.